I haven't seen you since the play.
Yahoo! I was wondering if it was going to be Green Knight or the Marvel lawsuit situation, but honestly, that's kind of still going. I kind of want to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, I want to see how that shakes before I start. I mean, I have an opinion.
Lending my,
we can definitely share our initial arguments.
I definitely have an opinion, and my opinion is suing Disney is one of the coolest things you could possibly do. And if you do it while also, like smoking a ciggy and flipping the bird. Like you're the coolest person on the planet Earth. Right. Even if I don't love Scarlett Johansson as like a human being, but
like you're doing the Lord's work, which is again weird for you. But
somebody's got to. I mean, it's unfortunate, right? Is that like,
yeah,
you know, the people who are really being screwed over are the nobody, nothing, no name actors who the big studios and big streaming services can just shove around like. They're fucking kids in a ball pit, you know, just fucking hucking them this way and that. But you have to be ScarJo, Emma Stone, Emily Blunt to actually have somebody listen to your case.
Right.
But that sets precedent, so we'll see.
Yep.
But you and I were both in agreement that we must talk about.
Must.
So far the film of the year, IMHO. And I've seen quite a few movies at this point.
Yeah.
Seen like
over
God,
20. My last 3 weeks has been fucking.
That's why you haven't been here because you've been watching the entertaining theatrical films of 2021 and writing them up for various websites. Yes, but so far, my number 2 is Pig, starring Nicolas Cage. But my number 1 with a bullet so far, and there's a lot of great ones on the horizon. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm looking at French Dispatch. I'm looking at Last Night in Soho, cautiously optimistic about Dune. You know, I'm looking.
Dune. Oh God, that's like a month and a half away. Holy shit.
I know, and you're all excited. Just like, I don't know about you. I'm praying at
I'm
like my.
I'm excited, but I'm fucking terrified.
I'm terrified because I love Denis Villeneuve. You know, like any good contemporary film buff does. His movies do not make any money.
Nope. And like he did, like Blade Runner 2049 is a fantastic film, but I remember walking out of that theater and saying, "This is too sci-fi for Americans." And then he was like, "I know what I'll do next, fucking Dune." And I was like, "God damn it, Denis! God damn it! You had one job."
God damn it, Denis! And you know, it.
All of the air into the microphone.
Is it working? Is it registering?
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, great. I know it sometimes sounds like very scratchy because I'm a cheap bastard and I bought a cheap microphone. But yes, the film so far of the year, and also they're not doing Dune Part 1 and Part 2 like back to back, like you would maybe hope they would do. They're like waiting to see how the first one does, and I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But also that movie. But also, if contemporary examples of movies released simultaneously to theaters and streaming are any indication, Dune is definitely not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because people are like, why isn't people aren't going to go see The Suicide Squad because we're tired of Harley Quinn, and it's like, no, it's because it was free and at home. Why do you think everyone's gonna pay $20 to go see it? I am, because I'm a lunatic, right? I'm a crazy person.
Yeah. Also, I'm not one of those people that's unaware of the benefit of going to go see something in the theater when it's a spectacle movie. And so Suicide Squad, as much as it may be free at home, well, I can't talk, right? Let me preface this. I can't talk because I missed 2 weeks ago because I saw Green Knight and then on Tuesday, and then I saw Stillwater on Wednesday. 2 very good movies. And then I watched I watched Twist before that, and it's garbage.
Twist.
Yeah, fucking twist. The only positive is that it's got Rafferty fucking Law, who looks just like his dad, Jude Law. But like,
Sure.
if
We
we're
could all
looking
be
at,
so lucky.
yeah, right. There's a moment where he turns and looks at the camera, and it's just that angle shot that's like, oh, you'll be fine. You'll be
There he
fucking
is.
fine. You look like you're dead, and that's dangerous. Michael Caine's in that movie. I'm sorry. I guess he's just making movies because it sounds fun. Also, it's Oliver Twist. Like Michael Caine and Lena Headey are gonna do a funky future or modern rendition of Oliver Twist because it's Dickens. But
Michael Caine has never been... We think he's fancy because he's British, but if we all remember correctly, Michael Caine missed his own Academy Award acceptance speech because he was filming Jaws 4: The Revenge. If we all remember that correctly.
Amazing. And
he's like, I don't have an opinion on the film because I've never seen it, but I do remember the beach house it bought me, or whatever the quote was. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I regret
his job and just
I regret no actor getting that check. No. Get it where you can. I do not
Ladies
begrudge
and gentlemen, you. Kev says this just hours after the world was introduced to Idris Elba cast as Knuckles in the next Sonic movie. Make that fucking money.
Collect the bag, Idris. I regret you nothing. Did I like that first Sonic movie? No, I did not. But, like, do I regret Idris Elba playing Knuckles the Echidna? No, do it, bud. Idris is in his sexy slum period, right? Because he is just in the hottest garbage that you've ever seen, and he's making a lot of money off of it, and I cannot fucking fault him for that.
I will not fault him. So
for Cats, for Hobbs and Shaw, I don't care. Make whatever.
Fucking scoop it in, dude. Scoop it in. So yeah, 2 weeks ago was Twist and The Green Knight and Stillwater. This week, I guess last week, sorry, was 9 Days, which has Winston Duke in it, and M'Baku from Black Panther.
I just saw a trailer for that, and I was like, this looks interesting. Someone was watching The Good Place. Someone was watching The Good Place, and they decided to take it seriously, and I'm like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, it
looked good.
Zazie Beetz is great. Bill Skarsgård's great. Benedict Wong's great. Winston Duke's
great. Stacked cast.
The cast is very good.
Of guys I love.
Yeah, the cast is very good. And then right after that, on Tuesday, was Suicide Squad of last week, which is why I could not record with y'all last week.
You saw some kind of Suicide Squad.
Yes, it was quite good. It was quite good.
Jason and I are seeing it this year, tomorrow.
And
nice.
It was better.
Okay.
The first one was Fast 9. Because it's essentially fucking Suicide Squad, and it also features Peacemaker. I mean, John Cena.
Womp womp. Okay, well that's good because I quite enjoyed Fast 9. I don't know if you where you
I enjoyed it. It was delicious garbage. I was like, boy, this is dumb. I love every second of it.
I saw it with a crowd. We all laughed. We all had a great fucking time. It was a good fucking time at the movies. You know, classic.
Suicide Squad was one of those screeners that like a radio station gave away the other tickets to, so it was a pretty mixed crew inside. And there were chuckles and laughs and fun, kind of like going to watch Endgame ahead of time, which like maybe wasn't the experience it would have been on opening night, but was still a good crowd of people and was a lot of fun. Movie reviewers have this weird self-seriousness where they don't emotionally react to anything they're watching, and it's strange. It's really strange. I'm in there like a kid who's been like accidentally given a free pass to something, and I'm like, this is awesome. Yeah, and then this week I've got a movie called The Colony, it's a sci-fi movie about people coming back to Earth after we've abandoned it, seeing if it's livable, and they find out there were people here all along. And then I've got Together, which is a movie with Tumnus, Xavier.
Oh, James McAvoy.
Jesus Christ, thank you, James McAvoy, and then
Mr. Split.
Mr. Split, and then an Irish actress who was in Game Night, who I've seen before but couldn't tell you what else I've seen her in. They're a couple interacting with each other during lockdown. I like both of these movies. I have to watch them both tomorrow. I will report back. But anyway,
please report back. I am always all the new shit, the new hotness you're on. I like to hear these advanced takes. Even though both of those, I don't know, but we'll see.
Sure. I at least can help you somewhat judge what thing you should spend money ticket money on. And that brings us back to the main conversation. I cannot speak about the fact that I went and saw Suicide Squad in the theater, even though I could have watched it for free, because I did in fact go see it in the theater for free. But still, like, there's a difference between, like, should I go see Fast 9 in theaters or wait until I watch it at home? Definitely watch that movie in theaters. Should I go see Suicide Squad or should I wait till I can see it or go watch it at home for free? Go to the theater. It's a superhero movie. Like, there's not a better reason to go to the big screen than to watch superheroes. But also Idris Elba, fucking homie's hitting a renaissance, and I can't wait to see him in more action movies because he dominates Suicide Squad, and he's great. I love him to death.
Excited.
You're going tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Jason and I are going tomorrow, so it's very, very exciting. Yeah, we're gonna go see the squad. We're gonna get matching tattoos. We're gonna get matching tattoos, just like the cast of the original Suicide Squad. They're gonna say Squad, SKWAD. Listeners, if you don't believe me, please Google that because it's true. I think it was everyone except for Will Smith, because Will Smith was like, no,
this is
not in this millennium will I be getting a Squad tattoo. But you know, Margot Robbie has a Squad tattoo. Joel, what's his name? Squad tattoo. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it tomorrow. You know, that's usually my little treat when I go into the city on Wednesdays to work. Is after work I get my comics, and then I go see a movie if there's good stuff playing, which
there happens to be.
There happens to be. The movie we both said that we wanted to talk about, which is great. Let's start this spoiler free, and then if we want to, we can do a little spoiler discussion, and I'll tag that in the description. Because I do think there's some degree to which everything and nothing about this movie is a spoiler. Like telling people, oh, he goes to a weird kind of haunted house at one point is not really a spoiler. And if you say he kind of goes to a second haunted house later, is also not a spoiler. But I was just, you know, I was in a good mood. I was at the Alamo Drafthouse. I've been excited for this movie because it was supposed to come out last year, I think.
Yes. The trailer came out in like March.
And I'm so remarkably glad that they shelved this, because seeing this goddamn movie cost $15 million. And for those of you out there in listener land who don't know what movie budgets look like, that's not a lot of money. That's
peanuts.
It's not.
Like if you've seen Knives Out, a very good movie with a really good cast that takes place in ostensibly one place, that movie cost $40 million.
Yeah, that movie cost essentially 3 times the amount.
And this movie is taking place in the Irish countryside, with a good cast, I would argue maybe not. I would argue an equally good cast. Even if
it was a really good cast, it's very restricted. You know, it's not a sprawling cast, but you've got Oscar winner Alicia Vikander, you've got Sean Harris, you've got the other Joel Edgerton.
Yep.
Right? Joel Edgerton?
Yep.
Kinnaman is the other guy. And
Edgerton, you've got
you've got Sean Harris from the Mission Impossible franchise.
Yep.
You've got the bad guy from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Wait.
Carly is
yeah.
I don't want to say too much about that because that is such a weird.
I always see her as Empress Nest from Solo.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Because that character was more memorable to me than Carly from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Well, low bar. But if you've seen a mediocre superhero movie from 10 years ago, The Green Knight cost essentially 1/10 of like an Iron Man 2 and looks infinitely better than Iron Man 2. Like, there should be an Oscar for location scouting, because the locations, these beautiful, scenic, otherworldly Irish forests and glens and hills that they found, take this movie to another fucking plane of existence. And then when the real camera fuckery starts happening, when the like real epic fantasy shit goes down, it's like Like, I felt like audiences must have felt when they were seeing, like, Close Encounters of the Third Kind for the first time, who were just like, oh,
Oh my
whoa,
god! There's
oh my
a
god.
shot in the beginning of this movie, and not like the immediate beginning, but there's a shot right after Gawain decides to leave the city and start his journey, where fucking, of course my brain just dumped the director's name out of my head.
David Lowery.
Lowry, yeah, where Lowry decides to hold a shot focusing on the road he's riding down for like 90 seconds. It's obscenely long, and there's no quick action. It's just Dev riding on a horse, like trotting, not running, trotting on a horse as like kids follow him out of town and shout to him, and he pays them no mind. And then they stop and turn around, and then he kind of turns his head and looks. And then he avoids some sheep and a shepherd as he hops on the road, and then they go towards town, and you've got this castle in the background and these huge Irish mountains in the background and this sprawling fucking brown and yellow and green like field. And I remember that scene was maybe the second time I thought it, but the first time it was cemented, I was like, this movie's going to be fucking gorgeous. And that it sets the tone. It sets the tone. It's 90 seconds of like, this is the kind of movie you're about to watch. And I was like, fuck yeah, quiet, beautiful, I'm down. And
Absolutely. And it's
great.
It's slow, and like it trusts you to kind of keep up with it and like be paying attention, but it's not a movie that's like dense with words and names. You know, it's not one of those movies where you're like, watch Tenet with subtitles, because otherwise you're not gonna know what the fuck's going on. It's like it follows this same like lyrical tone over sense, you know, like approach to telling this weird epic fantasy story. And like you just see these careful seeds being laid for these moments that are going to pay off like fucking gangbusters later on. You know, someone once said that a good movie teaches you how to watch it while you're watching it, and The Green Knight does that like excessively splendidly well.
Yeah, I said that scene was the second in the movie that made me think, oh shit. The first one is this like really slow pan into the fucking atrium of the round table, as like the camera is aimed up at the peak of a church of this building and just slowly creeps into it. And like, man, I don't know what it is, but there's just times when you realize that what you're watching is going to be different than what you've watched before.
Yeah.
And like, God, the movie opens with a fucking still shot, and like it seems like nothing's going on, and then if you start paying attention to all the shit around it, like things are catching on fire and shit. It's, man, this like you said, this movie does a really fucking good job of like, all right, so we're about 30 minutes away from the start of this film. About 30 minutes away from sending our guy on his journey. How do I make it clear what that's going to look like without telling you in words what that's going to look like? And the answer is like static shots, slow dolly tracks, really, really, really well composed shots, excellent use of light, and sometimes like uncanny light. And then this like silent word block introduction of like chapters and movements and things happening that like they all do these in the first 30 minutes before he leaves, and then you instantly know the visual palette and storytelling palette for the rest of the movie. And as soon as he leaves that castle, the movie, as little as it's holding your hand before then, any semblance of hand holding goes right out the fucking window, and weird shit starts happening instantly, and it's great. It's fucking great.
It's just really great to like watch this movie that like trusts you, the audience, to like keep up and like get on its wavelength, and watching something that feels so assured. It feels so confident. You know, does that make sense? That you're like, I'm watching not only like a vision, but it's something that's saying like, it's okay. you're in good hands. I got this. Just come
it's a
along with
movie
me
that
on this
doesn't-
journey
yeah.
I have planned.
Exactly. It's like, I came up with a thing, and I really think you're gonna like it, and I'm gonna make it so that you can like it without feeling like I was really telling you I hope you like this. You know what I mean? Which so many movies are like, oh, God, I hope you like this shit, and then you're in it and you're like, oh, damn it. I would have liked it if you would have just let me.
Right. And it's so textured. There's so many interesting small little moments that, like, and some of them, don't really add up to anything, and then some of them make you rethink the entire movie you've been watching. You are suddenly like, hold the fuck on. What does that mean about everything that has happened preceding to now? And it's just it's Marvel. I know this is one I'm gonna get like a tasty Blu-ray of this and watch it annually. That's already
a rainy day with the windows cracked, watching this movie. Fuck.
Or like a real crisp early snowfall. You know what I mean? And just like, you can't go nowhere. You've got a hot cup of tea or coffee.
There's just a little more grass than snow dust.
And you're just gonna fucking chill, and you're just gonna watch The Green Knight. It's gonna be wild as fuck.
And, also, it's a Christmas movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Right, we're playing a Christmas game.
The Green Knight's incredible. Ralph Ineson
he's a great guy.
Ralph Ineson's voice is insane. I love it so much. And then putting that on an 8-foot tall fucking tree ant that walks around.
Rules. And how nature follows with him. So when you are watching the movie and suddenly you feel nature taking hold, it's like he is, it's this constant creeping dread that is so, it's perhaps a weird analog, but I've been watching some Shyamalan lately, filling in some of that M. Night Shyamalan backlog, because I watched Old and I thought it was a great time. I was like, this movie is wild, and I really enjoyed it. And then going back and watching Sixth Sense and The Village, M. Night is so uniquely good at least in those early movies. I haven't watched a lot of the bullshit, but early M. Night,
the middle ground is strange.
Everything up until Lady in the Water, he's so uniquely good at establishing these rules really early on, and you're like, that rule seems weird. That rule hasn't really come to play yet, and then suddenly the rule happens right in front of you, and you're like, fuck, yeah, I know what this means. The Village early on, they're like, red is bad. We don't do red. Red means danger. Red means etc. And then suddenly we're following a blind character who doesn't realize they've stumbled on into the biggest field of red you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's just it's this great establishing a language and then using that language to add dread or tension or thought or feeling without having to have a character say, there's feeling here. I know what this means. Because they're like, I told you, the audience, that this was important, or this is how this works, and now you know that.
Right.
And now you know that watching this movie. And it's beautiful, watching that play out like that.
God,
it's
the first time he wakes up in the second haunted house that he's in, and it's just that fucking extended, high shot from the inside of the bed curtains, and the curtains go up 40 fucking feet. And it's just this wall of green, satiny green. Just, oh my God. There are so many times that the camera goes from one thing to another thing, and you just go, There were so many times in that movie where I was like, oh, fuck. God. His little mushroom trip is incredible.
The mushroom trip rules. The fox is such a cool guy.
The fox is the fucking best.
He's a cool little guy. Green Knight rules. We know this. Carly from the TV show, her scene is really cool and just completely weird. And when he goes under the water and it's this 2001: A Space Odyssey fucking wild ass cascade of color, it's cool. It's beautiful. This is what I want to see on the big motion picture screen.
Also, the bandit kid from Dunkirk.
Bandit kid. That kid, he shows up, trouble. Things.
Why? Why? That's a very good point. Why did I see that kid and go, nope, nope, nope,
Don't,
nope.
don't talk to this guy.
Yeah, it's really, really well illustrated in the characters, just like fucking garments. Who's like 100%, and then who's like, do not fuck with.
Do not fuck with this man.
He may talk to you, but like you do not want to be around this person. Yeah. Fuck. It's really good.
It's really good. Everyone go out there and see The Green Knight, because Daddy Host and I are going to have a little spoiler conversation, just like a little one. I've put a time code into the description for if you want to avoid those, and I would recommend it. I would say go into this one cold. I think A24 is doing like a special like computer screening of it. Computer screening. You can watch it on the internet at this one specific time. If you don't want to go to the theater, or if it's not playing near you, I know that I live in New York. Every movie's available to me. It's not always available for our rural or international listeners, So yeah. It's good that they're doing this like online screening section.
Yes.
But anyway, we're about to spoil this, so I gotta ask you, because I've been asking everyone that's seen the movie, not because I think there's like, it's not important. It's not important to know the answer, but I think it informs what kind of movie you think you are watching here.
Sure.
Does he get his dang head cut off at the end?
Oh, man. So, boy, I have two answers to this, because...
I know.
Because my immediate answer is no. Because when the Green Knight shows up at the round table and is like, let's play a game. You land a blow on me, and then, he establishes the rules.
Yes.
The wording in establishing those rules is very interesting, and because none of this movie is on accident, I believe very deliberate, when he says, a cut for a scratch for a cut. Mm-hmm. Right?
Okay.
And if you breeze by that, it's like if you cut him, he'll cut you. If you scratch him, he'll scratch you. But I don't think that's how it's worded. I think it's just, I don't think that's how it's worded. And so at the end, you have this whole like, oh my God, like 5 minutes of absolute silence from the characters, just music as it runs through his life. If he were to just run off and go back and say he did it.
Yeah, it's exactly, and I'm not calling it a ripoff. I think it's like a beautiful expansion of this same idea of, this is exactly what happens in the Scorsese movie The Last Temptation of Christ, where Jesus is up on the cross and he takes an offer to get down, and then he like goes and lives a full man's life instead of fulfilling his grand purpose.
Sure.
And it doesn't work out great, I'll say. Sure. And then he gets thrust back into that moment of decision and decides to accept his fate in the same way that Gawain does in The Green Knight. It feels like an intentional allusion in my eyes. And it's set up earlier in the movie, right? With that first, when he's tied up by, the no good guy.
Yeah, and it pans around the circle, and then you see the bones.
Yeah,
and then it pans all the way back around, and it's it's so good.
It pans counterclockwise, and he's bones. It pans clockwise, and it goes back, and he's alive. Right, and that's exactly the same camera movement.
Frequently saying this could go bad.
This could go bad, and if you see the camera do this, you're about to see some possible future.
Right. Yeah. So he runs off. You get this incredible montage, that he then pulls the sash of invincibility like out of the inside of himself, which is just unnerving.
He nuts it out it right? He fucking,
basically.
And he keeps it on like the.
I described it after the movie as he wore his spooge bracelet.
He does wear his spooge bracelet. He keeps it on like, that fairy tale or whatever story of like the ladies who keep the ribbons around their neck, and if you untie the ribbon, their head falls off. Yeah, is basically like what he's living in here. He's like, if I take the sash off, I will die. Yeah. I will not be alive anymore.
So yeah, he takes it off. red line appears around his throat and his head just rolls off, and you're like, oh, is this how this movie's gonna end? And then it cuts
Wouldn't that
back
be
to
wild?
the green chapel, and he takes it off. And so the reason I say I don't think he died is because the Green Knight says, "Well done, my brave knight," and then stoops down and like scratches his finger across his neck and says, "Now off with your head," in a playful tone.
He gets real cute about it.
He does. And like the optimist in me is like a cut for a scratch for a cut.
Mm-hmm.
He scratches his neck and says, "Off with your head," as if like, haha, the game's over. And also knowing the poem, like that's kind of what happens essentially. The other part of me is like, the other part of me is like, as an intellectual, I think that this is like, it's more honorable to be true to your word than to survive. Right. And that happens a lot in the movie.
Right. He's constantly breaking his word and his promises. And, formal and informal. Gawain is constantly like breaking promises to everyone that he meets. He's always moving around, and the only reason, like I said, the reason I ask is not because I'm like, there's an answer. Is Dominic Cobb in a dream or isn't he? It's more like, is this a movie about a guy who must accept his fate, or is it a guy who learns to keep his promises and then does not actually have to die because he in accepting his fate, that is as good as getting your head cut off, right? Yeah. And that's just why I want to know people's interpretation of the movie. I'm of the idea that he does get his head cut off. I am of the idea that right after that, shunk, and the cabbage falls in the basket, but I equally see the other version of events, and it might just depend on my mood on a rewatch.
Literally, yes.
Where you're like, I'm feeling generous. I like to think you made it out of this, or
precisely. You're like,
or I am personally in a bad place, and I think he's in a bad place.
And fuck this kid. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think that it has infinite interpretations, and not because like it's vague, but because it's purposefully like, these can all mean many things, which may sound like I just described vague in a different way, but like there's a difference between like, does the top fall, and it like this means life and this means death, and like the conversation about green creeping over everything and overcoming everything, and like the night being legacy, the idea of what you leave behind, and how like it doesn't matter after a certain while because the earth will just consume everything that is left behind eventually. And that tying to him coming and putting down his axe and like moss growing up from underneath it. Fuck, man, it's so good. Also, there's a mage in the round table who says 0 words out loud, but has this thing he does where like red light appears around him as some form of premonition, and then like looks at the king initially and shakes his head, and then like interacts with Gawain as he's like going through that fantasy of his future. And you see something similar, and when he gets in the water, that thump of like sound and then the red that shows up, like there's something to that. And I don't know if it's like discernment or if it's like a visual representation of fear, and that's because like Lowry's like, it could be both of these things. And I don't think it's because he's like, but what is it? I think it's, I'm creating a movie that is within itself its own choose your own adventure. And like you said, you can watch this in a great mood and take everything as one thing. Watch it in a bad mood, take everything as something else. Watching it as in a contemplative mood, and then take everything again a different way. And I think that that's kind of fucking magical.
Right. It's not vague in like a non-committal way. It's not as if they're like, we didn't really want to decide. So right. It is a presentation of purposeful details, but the interpretation is left up to you.
Right.
Your experience taking in this stimuli and then reciprocating it back out, that is up to you. The way your neurons are firing and your response to art. It's not always good to know an artist's intent. What does this mean? What does it mean to you? Right. It's a very interesting story. I like this. At the beginning of the adventure, he loses everything. But then slowly at each stop, he gets more of his things back. So it feels like this weird, purposeful journey. Or he's almost on this like video game fetch quest. And then he has to go over here to collect his next item that he lost at the beginning. Like,
he only retrieves... he only retrieves each item after he makes like a meaningful discovery of what it means to be of service, or what it means to be honest and true to your word. Like he retrieves his axe only after he decides to do something. God, fucking Winifred's response when he's like, "What will you give me in return?" And she's like, "Why would you ask me that?" It's so great. What the fuck, dude? And so,
I need your help, dog.
Yeah.
Go get my head.
Don't be a dick. Yeah. And so, like, him retrieving his things after that is, like he learned a lesson about, like, only doing things if there's some kind of reciprocity. He gets his belt back only after he realizes that, like, he was dishonest and fucking made to feel very bad about it by his girlfriend like
played by the same person, but are they the same guy? I don't know. I don't think so, but also and then
you also have the back plot of like his mother, the witch, prompting this entire thing happening, and like another witch being present one other time, and it's during the time when everything happening is the most questionable. You're like, what the fuck is actually going on? And there's just another witch standing there who says, again, nothing, but just is there to take the cards you're holding in your hand, take them out of your hand and throw them in the air and go, fucking figure it out. And I love it.
Up to you.
And there was I have a friend of a friend, a person I've interacted with, whose one-word review of this on Facebook was just trash. And I was like, cool. Okay, I can't engage with this.
Not watching movies with that guy anymore.
No. And, there's a lot more to take from it than just like... Yeah.
I don't know. I think people are used to movies, like, giving them a little baby food spoon and being like, open wide for the airplane. Here comes.
Sure.
Because we're in this, like... Not to, I'm not going to throw specific people in movies under the bus, but we're in this kind of like prolonged adolescence with our media. And it's like adults are still primarily watching things meant for kids and things they were watching when they were kids. And I'm not saying that like watching children's shows is inherently bad, but it's like, if you're used to Star Wars, the Green Knight's going to throw you for a little bit of a loop. You know what I mean? Like
it's going to door check you.
If you've been watching Clone Wars nonstop, like, it might take you a second to grapple with the Green Knight.
Yeah,
you're not used to this.
Movie's gonna zip right past you, and you're gonna be like, "The fuck."
You have not developed the faculties in your media analysis to be able to take in this movie. It's just simple. It's just a simple fact of life. So anyway, for anyone that stuck through that spoiler discussion, go see Green Knight. Go see it. As soon as you can rent it. Like, check this one out. This is not one to miss, I think. IMHO.
Dev Patel is absolutely captivating.
Yeah, I feel like we've barely talked about him, but like this is a movie star fucking performance. Because he's done a lot of good acting up until this point. This is a movie star.
Yeah, this is every director working on anything for the next 3 years will go, should we think about Dev Patel in this movie?
This is like Tom Cruise zone, you know?
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, that's a movie star.
Yeah.
And how can I use this movie star's unique presence.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference between being an actor and being a movie star. I feel, there is a different utility and skill set at play. Yeah. And a movie star has a particular kind of presence, which Dev Patel is exhibiting here in Aplomb.
In fucking space. Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's another moment. Oh, no, not another moment. Sorry, this could be my closing realization. You brought up the last Temptation of Christ. And that, vision he has that this movie very much replicates. Also, when he wakes up in the beginning, the movie starts with the first spoken words being, Christ is born.
Christ is born.
And it's him getting water splashed on his face and working his way out of a brothel. But he gets water splashed on his face. He stands up naked, goes and finds all of his clothes and exits. And it's maybe that was Lowry further suggesting that this is an allegory to birth,
right?
And Christ and sacrifice and temptation. And
my favorite kind of Christ allegory where you could completely not see it that way, right? I usually find them pretty insufferable, but if you make it subtle enough and I don't notice, that's okay.
Yeah, and I might be taking two very disparate parts and jamming them together and saying it fits, but
it's a reading. If you wrote that up into 2,000 words, I'd read them. You know what I mean? If I was going to interesting. And whether or not I agree, it's no, the movie does lend itself to that kind of thematic interpretation. I'm.
Oh my God! And the sash comes off of him in his vision out of a hole in his side.
I know.
As Christ was pierced in his side.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now that you're thinking about it,
I need to watch this movie 10 more times. Fuck me.
You see it again.
That's
I can't wait. I cannot wait for however much time I have left on this earth to watch The Green Knight as many times as I possibly can.
All of the times,
it's gonna be a great fucking time. Great. So last week we did 40 minutes on Fast and Furious, and this week we did 40 minutes on The Green Knight. I'm completely
talk about all kinds here.
We talk about all kinds of shit. High art, quote unquote, low art, quote unquote. There's no rules here. I don't like the delineation, even though sometimes it's pretty stark, but it's not. I don't find that a productive method of conversation.
Yeah, eat your heart, Scorsese. We like it all.
Yeah, we like it all, and he does too. I mean, that's the thing that he writes 1,000-word forewords for Italian monster movies because he's I think these are cool, but anyway. This is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we watch and talk about the American television comedy show Community, 1 or 2 episodes at a time. We are also the premier podcast of the Yahoo Screen, a podcasting network. Good fill in. Nice.
I did it muffled. Actually say the word. You could interpret it as distance and absence.
Please. Yes, exactly. It was a cover. You did a cover of Jace's cover of the Yahoo, which I think still opens up all of our episodes, if I remember correctly. Thank God this show is not popular enough, nor is Yahoo litigious enough to come after me for that.
I don't think Yahoo has enough power to.
The Yahoo logo is on our podcast art. They have not come after me yet. I also have a podcast called the Puffin Publishing Podcast, which is a real subsidiary division of Penguin Publishing, and they have again not come after us. So.
Yeah.
I like to flirt with that
fast
legal
and loose
line.
with it. Yeah.
I like to play with that line. Fuck corporatism. I am one of your hosts, the Bat Boy host, TV's Kevin Lanigan. And to me, a chapstick lesbian is worth $300.
I am the daddy host, the hostess with the mostest kids. And, I just forgot the line. I was so prepared. It doesn't matter what I feel. I feel like flying, but you don't see me jumping off of buildings.
And this is it. We are almost halfway through this final season
We are.
of Community. We are cruising right along.
And much like the last couple seasons of Community, it has been difficult to get all of the cast members that you remember seeing initially on the podcast at the same time.
I know we missed a week. I'm trading secondary hosts here. It gives me a different flavor, a nice chance to talk to my friends one-on-one about our particular pop culture obsessions of the day. But yes, it is. I want the next one. I want advanced safety features to have all three of us. That's a banger.
It must.
And I want the last three to also have all of us. And we'll figure out what we might have to do to make that happen. But let's
ooh.
Yeah, we might have to. Oh god, that's a long night.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa, I don't know.
Remember, we started this podcast doing that.
That's we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. We'll make it work. Listeners, hopefully it will be seamless, but I'm sure there will be seams. I like to show the seams. I don't like to hide anything from anybody. I like to let everyone in on how hard it is to make stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We want everyone to know exactly the trials and tribulations that we go through to make this.
I want everyone to appreciate my hard work.
Exactly.
And if they think this is easy, then they aren't appreciating me. And this is of course all about me. And everyone, thank you for those of you on Twitter who supported my dumbass thread where I got very pedantic about what characters are on the side of the community season box art, and I did a little rearrange in game where I mixed some stuff around. That thread's over there. Go find it. I'm not gonna rehash it here. But thanks for everyone for joining in on me on my weird bullshit this week.
I mean, people that listen to this podcast have an expectation of weird bullshit happening eventually. So
yeah, they're used to it. I think they would be more disappointed if there were no weird bullshit. You know what I mean? Precisely. If there weren't weird bullshit, they would be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. What happened? Here? Are you all okay?
Is everything all right? Is everything okay at home? Are you two still together? That kind of stuff. And right. Let's jump on into this week's episode.
Let's do it.
Season 6, episode 6, Basic Email Security, directed by Jay Chandrasekhar, written by Matt Roller. In this episode, when a hacker comes after Greendale for its proposed performance of offensive comedian Gupta Gupti Gupta, Britta leads a crusade for free speech, and the study group gets fully doxxed. all of their emails get leaked for everyone to read, and it causes derision in the third of what Abed calls a secrets revealed trilogy. I'm sorry for burping into the microphone. And no second takes. I like everyone to the seams are out. And this episode, of course, came out, a year after the real-life Sony email hacks? Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
The Sony email hacks happened in, 2014, because that was also the same time as The Interview. Seth Rogen, James Franco, The Interview, where
North
Randall
Korea
Park plays
war
Kim Jong-un.
Satirical movie.
Indisputably, somehow one of the most controversial movies ever made. It is also not a particularly good or funny movie, but Randall Park is really good as Kim Jong-un. But of course, North Korea threatened nuclear war over a pretty mediocre Seth Rogen comedy, which was pulled from almost all theaters except for my hometown theater. They said, nay, we will screen The Interview. I did not see it in theaters. I think this was a different time in my life. I think I pirated it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think I went to the Bay and I dredged that one out.
Sure.
But The Interview. And then, of course, there were the Sony email leaks. Sony, the company that produced both The Interview and Community. And there were the email leaks, which people have tied back to North Korea, officially or unofficially. And that was a huge thing. A bunch of weird shit came out in those. A bunch of shit about how like people at Sony Animation did not understand Jendy Tartakovsky trying to make a Popeye movie. If you want to see the animation test for that Popeye movie, it is on YouTube and it's fucking incredible. Also, that was where we got the news of the proposed 21 Jump Street Men in Black crossover movie, where Schmidt and Jenko were going to join the MIB, which honestly, we can still do that, guys. That sounds pretty good.
That's still possible.
I'd watch that movie. I don't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And if you keep Tiffany Thompson, Tessa Thompson and
Tessa Thompson
and Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. Yep.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good movie, guys. You can still make that one. And yeah, I think a lot of shit came out about like Adam Sandler in that one too. Nothing like horrible. Just sometimes he's a little difficult to work with, but like. That falls below my standards of what I'm willing to decry someone for. You know what I mean?
Also, like, yeah, sure. I've watched his comedies. I can't imagine that, like, that shit's easy to wrangle sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen Anger Management, right? Like,
Yeah.
But anyway, so this episode comes out, like, a year after that. Obviously.
This episode is one of those weird instances of a show that's from the past. Okay, so there are instances of a show from the past that you rewatch and you go, huh, that's weirdly prescient to today. This episode to me is very much like, oh fuck, this was just a few years ahead of like conversations about safe spaces on campuses and doxing being like a thing that happens a lot to people that are trying to like stand up for something.
And a constant conversation about like comedy versus free speech, you know, like what like
2018, 2019 was the height of that, it feels like.
Right.
And this came in just under the wire, just before. And so watching it, I watched it again tonight, and I was like, man.
I find it to be such a bizarre little morality play. Right? People, I think, have ragged on this episode or ragged on this season. And the reason that I don't allow that is that, like, I have never, in comedy or drama, seen a TV show grapple with, like, what is the nature of free speech in relation to hate speech, and how much free speech is worth defending versus the consequences, or if your actions were noble but fruitless, does that make... what does that lead? Like the ending scene of this episode where they're all sitting around and Chang is like, what's the lesson here? I want to find the lesson. And they're just throwing words at each other like government, privacy, terrorism is committed by Terry the terrorist.
And then it ends with crime doesn't pay, and you're like, no,
crime
fuck off.
Doesn't pay. And the tidy way that like we like to moralize and package up these huge issues, and not actually like deal with like the true moral implications that in truth have no answer. You know, you can never come up with a definitive number for what is free speech versus protection for where do these
intersect?
How does this graph shake out? Like, there's no true answer, but this episode is willing to grapple with that strange moral area that it finds itself in.
Yeah.
And I find that fascinating. Really.
Yeah, it's I didn't remember the scene at the end with fucking the comedian coming out and actually being horrendous.
Just a friend. And you know what? I was having this conversation recently. I'll let, some shit slide if you're funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
100%.
Like 30 Rock Community is not always, quote unquote, like politically correct, but like if you're funny, I'll let you get away with it. Yeah. 30 Rock is a funny show, so I'll like let it slide on a couple things.
Sure.
But like Gupta is not funny.
Not at all. Not in the slightest. And you're like, oh God. And you can tell everyone in the room's like, oh God.
Oh God, we aired all of our private information
for this. Fucking whack-a-mole.
for this fucking guy.
Yeah.
We threw was our defending this comedian's right to free speech, which is not necessarily speech you want to hear, is that, and hey, kind of lines up with this weird like mask thing we're still on about, where people are like, you can't, my freedom says you don't get to allow me to wear a mask, and you're like, okay, you're exercising your quote unquote freedom, but for what?
Yeah.
But for what cause? We value the freedom to do wrong over the moral obligation to do right. So, like, how much is complete autonomy the best? But I'm also not advocating for, like, fascism, you know?
Yeah, sure.
I can't stop trying to unpack this. This episode makes me think things with my brain. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. No, it's tricky. And, like, man, I don't know what I thought when I watched this. I guess I didn't. No, I watched this pretty close to when it came out because I was caught up by this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I thought about it when I watched it in 2015. Right? I think I was just like, meh. But like,
I think I was pretty
separated,
like lukewarm on it. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the staging of this is weird. It doesn't feel as like cohesive as the other, you know, Annie's Pen, the lie detector test. But now it like has really risen for me as this,
Yeah.
as this,
Yeah.
as this interesting little like play. You know, it feels
Yeah,
like
sure.
it feels like a short play. Like I went to go see God of Carnage or something like that.
Sure, yeah. I like legitimately during this episode was constantly thinking like, man, this is the Andy's Pen episode. This is the fucking lie detector episode. This is the flashback episode even. Like not
Sure.
literally, but like it's still that same kind of like, let's bring up a bunch of shit and throw it around and deal with like these characters really reckoning with their opinions of each other and shit like that. And it works, man. It works.
It works.
I like it a lot.
It just spins. It just sings, and I think also an underrated, like really funny episode. As much as like some of the secrets that are revealed are a little upsetting, you know, it's also like the hard the hard line to the mainframe, and he's like charging. He's charging through the school. Or Elroy's like, or what? The skull is gonna get a virus. The lunch lady, the hot one, the one that serves hot food.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the
You're like, wait, hold on.
Keith, I love you. Oh my
it's
god,
so good. It's so
Keith
good.
David. I goddamn love him. And then yeah, we go to the study room table, and this like Britta gives her winger speech. And I feel like she's given like one before in like the Model UN episode where she's like,
Sure.
I'm not done raging against the machine. Like that monologue feels like her first real
N-words.
N-words. Right, but then this one is like even more so. It's like, I can't believe I'm the one saying this. We're freaking Americans. We're the people so annoying that the British gave up. You know,
Yeah.
It's fucking hysterical that she is the one taking point here. It's a stealth good Britta episode, and it all just works for me. It becomes this, I don't know, morality play in a way, but a morality play without a clear.
What's the lesson?
Done that.
What's the lesson?
What's the lesson?
Yeah.
Should we have done this? Was it good to do this? Was it good of the hacker to hack? What's the answer?
Yeah.
to
And
all
in
of
the
this?
cornucopia of like potential lessons they try to put together at the end, I think it's Elroy who's like the only free speech is private speech, and I was like, duh, that's good.
What?
There's a couple of those that are thrown out, and you're like, fuck.
A free government terrorizes privacy. That's all four, bitches.
Yeah, it's so good. And I need like
really
all of those tattooed on me, but like those two specifically
are good.
Yeah.
And a lot of the little the secrets are good. This is, I like the, we have this cut between, always saying it's Vietnam now, baby. It's Vietnam. And then we cut to the next day and everyone comes in like Frankie.
Oh my god,
Britta.
Jeff just hurling a chair at the wall and being like, Something was wrong with that one.
I wish I was. You ever wish you were a chair? You ever wish you were a
your
chair?
relationship with Jeff Winger is like fucking John Oliver's relationship with Adam Driver.
And my relationship with Adam Driver, but
everyone's
also
relationship with Adam Driver.
season 6 Jeff Winger, where he's got the beard, which is important. He's almost
hang on.
He's like,
listeners cannot experience what I just experienced. The like fucking the like fucking short circuit your face did. Very good. Sorry, go on.
Which is important. The wardrobe of sweaters, which is very good.
Yep.
And he's gotten a little. He's digging into the sauce. He's a little meaner. He, it was like, have you ever seen Thief, the Michael Mann movie starring James Caan?
Ages ago, but yes.
Oh my god! I mean, James Caan in that movie is about as hot as a man has ever been, and it's like, I don't know if he's about to kiss me, or punch a hole through my face. But either way,
but I'm signed up for both.
I'm cool with it. Whatever you want to do, Jim. Yeah, James Caan, underrated hunk in the grand history of hunks. I don't think we talk about 70s, early 80s James Caan quite enough.
No, it's because his son's on TV now, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Scott is not as hot. Scott doesn't have that mean edge. You know what I mean? Like, you see fucking James Caan in The Godfather, you're like, yeah, slap me around the room a little bit. Let me have it, Sonny.
Distinctive, and not to I go into too much detail, but there's like there's a distinctive body type difference between the two of them. Like, Scott is a muscly, shorter dude, and the vibe I get from that is different than Dad, who's like, he's built like Hickey.
He's like,
and
he's
like
a little,
that build
thick,
just says, hairy. I'm not strong enough to get in a fight with you, so I'm gonna do things that will make your brain think I shouldn't fight him, right?
Right.
So it's like a smack or a punch or like shooting a person in front of you, and you're like, woof, okay. Like, they have the mob body. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, the mob body is important. As someone who's like, entering the final stretches of The Sopranos, you're like, these guys, they're morally reprehensible. They suck. They're not good guys. But also sometimes you're like, hold on, Tony. I get it.
I get it. I understand.
I get how you keep pulling as good as you do.
Dad bod and mob bod are real close.
I get it. Anyway. I need to go outside.
You need a cold shower and then to walk outside afterwards.
Yeah, god damn. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with here with season 6, Jeff Winger. Which, Joel McHale, he's always been an attractive man, but I do think it is an uphill slope as the seasons of Community go on.
Sure.
I do think we are on an upward trajectory in my personal taste. Yeah. But
it helps that he got older, and as he got older, it was like beard, a little bit more gray in the hair, and professor sweaters, and it was like, fuck, that's a whole ass vibe.
Yeah, no, that did it. That unlocked it.
Cardigans with the fucking elbow patches on a guy who played, what was the character he was playing when he was doing the EIC of the newspaper? From Matt.
Oh, like Hawkeye?
Yeah, Hawkeye. Like the guy that that acted as if he were Hawkeye now has this look. Okay, yeah, yeah, it works.
Okay, no, all right.
Oh well, I might. Yep, I'm just. Yep, all right. Guess I'm just here now.
Sarah, the air conditioner's already on, but it's hot. It's hot in this room. Yeah. Anyway, but some of these secrets are devastating and juicy, and I love them. That like the Elroy's like secret family email. Rizel is like a daughter to me. I fell in love with Deb and George, and even Uncle Paul with all his flaws.
Or fucking Chang trying to have something to say, so just fucking attacking Frankie for emailing her sister. And like, she never responds, so catch a hint. And she's like, she's dead. And everyone's like, oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Yeah, this is like, as much as the first two, Revelation episodes are like, okay, it's kind of like what they have like on their person, they were emptying their dirty laundry via their book bags or their purse, or in Polygraph, it's things Pierce knows. But this is like
stuff nobody knew until now.
Private correspondence.
Yeah.
This is like your complete dirty laundry is on here. Like Jeff and Chang's email chain ranking who's hotter every day. And Britta noted down her big victory, or the pool they have about Frankie's sexuality. And Britta's like, we saw this one coming. Really sorry.
Really sorry.
What in your mind is a chapstick lesbian? To me, about $300.
Oh, man.
And when he comes at her about, like, her writing him up as a functional alcoholic, which, like, we all know what a functional alcoholic is, but Jeff is in, like, big stage denial here, and like getting very, when she threatens to revise that report if he goes any further, is like, it goes to some dark lines with these secrets.
Yeah, it sneaks up on them too. They're not like completely telegraphed all the time. Sometimes it's like, like fucking Frankie being like, she's dead is one of the best fucking just it's so good.
But
so
I don't know,
painful.
Caleb, have you ever been in a room or been the person where like that kind of Frankie revelation happens? Because it kills your month.
Oh yeah, you think about it for weeks.
You're like, I saw another person's soul.
Yep. And it wasn't when they wanted to show it to me. It was because it accidentally came out because I accidentally exposed it, or someone in the room accidentally exposed it, right? And you're just like, this was wrong.
We've committed we've broken the societal contract.
Yeah, we've made a deep and irrevocable mistake. Like we have. Oh no, I've never been in the room or accidentally done that, but I did once make a your mom joke to my friend whose mom had died like a year and a half ago, and it was innocuous. But when I said it, I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Shit.
He was like, "It's fine, dude," and I was just like, "Oh god, I fucked up. I really fucked up."
Oh god. Yeah.
That wasn't great.
Just seeing another person's like whole artifice stripped away for a minute, and you're suddenly staring at like the Body Works version of a person that's just like revealed flesh and nerve endings, and you're like, fuck. Or God help you if you've ever been that person. And you're like, now everyone knows me in a way I was not prepared for them to know me.
Yep, I am seen now, and I am unable to change what's just happened.
My pronouns are nothing. Don't refer to me.
I am no one.
I am no one.
A boy has
Do not
no
speak
name.
to me. Yes. In Project Mayhem, we have no name, and it's just God.
I had a close moment, but I was able to dodge it twice, and these are very quick stories. When I was a freshman in college, I was unaware that Asperger's syndrome was a real thing. There was a really tasteless YouTube series called The R-Word Policeman, in which a man with Down syndrome was acting like an R-word policeman. So, like, whether or not it was, like, satire that was actually funny, I would have to go find it. Because, like, the main actor participating, depending on how much control he had in it, might actually mean that, like, it was his idea and it's just fucking great. But there's a moment in that show where he says he has Asperger's and then shits a hamburger onto a plate. And I watched this as a teenager who knew nothing about this. And so went to college. This is not a thing that happened in my life or was brought up in my life ever. And so I went to college and my professor was talking about her son having Asperger's. And I like thought it was a joke based on this show because I did not know it was real. And luckily, and to this day, I do not know how, I stifled my initial laughter because I was like, no one else is reacting. And then I read the room real quick and was like, no one reacted to this. And promptly after class, looked it up and was like, oh my God. How the fuck?
Bail out!
Yeah, how did this
Abort!
happen?
Abort!
And then the second one was real quick. I was working at a coffee shop, and one of my coworkers' nephews came in and acted like he had his hat pulled down over his head, and acted like he couldn't see her. And then she reached out and gave him a hug, and I was like, this kid could definitely see under that, and was about to say, oh, you could see her, when she moved the hat up, and he was in fact blind and holding like a stick to feel where he was walking. And so I almost was like, oh, you can see her, and then would have had that revealed and would have just eaten my own head and lived in my stomach acid. Yeah. Two instances where I came very close to being just the worst.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
I'm very fortunate that didn't actually happen.
You know me. There's a lot of audio evidence of me being the worst. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
I am the guy who talks too much and gets into these like locomotive vocal motions where like I almost can't be stopped, and I then have to like, I spend the train ride home and I'm like, did I like embarrass myself perpetually for like 2 straight hours? Are these people like never gonna talk?
It's just the end of something
ever again.
Yeah.
And I don't even like binge drink. I don't even have that excuse where I'm like, I drank too much. I'm sorry. I got ahead of my. I don't even have that. I'm fucked. Anyway.
Yep.
But yes, I appreciate you sharing those stories of vulnerability, because I'm sure our listening audience has also been in situations like that before.
Yeah. Tell us about all of those instances and all of those moments.
Yeah. Tell us about those times you almost like really shit the social pit. Tell us about those times where like you got right up there and you're like, I might not be welcome in this community anymore.
I might not be able to go back.
I might not be able. I might have to drop out of this school or something. I don't relish them because I love them. I think sharing embarrassing shit is kind of important so that everyone doesn't feel so alone all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about things that we are embarrassed about. I think it's important for guys to talk about, like, yeah, sometimes it doesn't go up when I want it to. And it's not...
Precisely, yes.
It's not anything I did. It's not anything they did. It's just, like, sometimes it doesn't work. And we should all be less embarrassed about that. Because sometimes it just don't go. That dog don't hunt. And we should all... It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just go down on them. Make sure they have a good time.
Yeah, still do your work.
Just take care of them.
Yeah.
And take care of yourself in the bathroom later or something. It's okay. Like we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all
survive.
And it's important for like the fella to know that, as well as the partner of the fella, I think, because sometimes the partner of the fella's like, what am I doing wrong? It's like nothing.
No, nothing. Sometimes how sometimes you turn on the hot water and it doesn't get hot ever. Yeah. And you're like, what the fuck happened?
I do.
It's just that.
And the next time you turn on the hot water, it works fine.
Yeah.
The next time, it works great.
The next time, it might be too hot, and you're like, what the fuck? Why is this?
What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, why? Ow. What? Why?
Ah,
and
shit.
You just gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah. So it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. So that's our personal emails getting aired out here. 10 cocktails sponsored by embarrassing boner stories from Kevin and Caleb, or lack of boner stories. But it's okay. It's not. It
boner
shouldn't be,
question mark parentheses stories.
That's important. I think it's okay for everyone to talk about this. And as a filmmaker, I'm trying to put more of those experiences on screen so that someone watching it can go, oh, I've been seen. It's okay.
I am okay.
I'm okay. There's nothing really. There's nothing wrong with me.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, some of these secrets are good. Elroy with his house guest era Sinbad wardrobe, wearing a shirt that says 2015. Immortal bit where Frankie is like, "You two used to date," and he's like, "This was a study group."
And he's like, "Yeah, and I was their teacher," and they're like, "What?"
And frankly, haven't been well utilized since.
So good.
Good bit. You know what? Maybe my favorite delivery of the whole episode, though, is when Elroy calls out Jeff for writing to astronauts, and Jeff is like, "They're national heroes," and Elroy is like, "Yes, they are. Leave them alone.
Leave them alone."
Yes, they are. Leave them alone.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
Oh my god. Oh, this is a good episode. I had a good time. How are you watching these? The old Netflix?
Yeah.
I feel like, listeners, please confirm or deny whether or not I have fully lost my mind. I feel like this episode is much more colorful on Hulu than it is on Netflix.
Interesting. I have to go investigate this now.
Can confirm this for me and make me feel. I watched it for the first time. I've been watching these 2 times, in like the week span between when we record, and I watched it like on Thursday on Netflix, and I was like, this is a kind of a dark looking episode. Then I watched it again on Hulu. I was like, what's going on? This now feels like pastels. It feels like, and that shot of Annie getting up on stage under the stage light, like her face was almost blown out on Hulu. And I was like, did they just like literally take the brightness slider on Hulu and just crank it? Did that happen? Anyway, I feel like Matt from Community specifically will be out there with the fine details, letting me know if I fully lost my relationship to reality. Anyway, so that was fun. A solid little first appearance of Officer Kakowski in 2 seasons. He has not been here.
Yeah.
Since
when he introduces himself, he makes a point of pointing that out.
It's what, you're gonna keep at arm's length the cop you've known for 5 years. It's very Avengers. I hear they're really penned in Joss Whedon creatively, so that should go well.
That should go well. Of course, speaking about Avengers, Age of Ultron.
Yeah. Anyway, exciting stuff.
Which is also really funny because, like, 6 years removed from that, we know that Joss Whedon was kind of an asshole for that movie.
Yeah, Joss Whedon sucks. That is now fully public knowledge that Joss Whedon is just a real fucking crock of shit. But also, yes, inarguably, creative control of Age of Ultron was taken away from him in a lot of spaces. Yeah, you know, they tried to take Kevin Feige was like fucking holding a pair of scissors to the film, and he was like, "I will cut this farm sequence out of the movie if Thor does not take a bath to precede the events of Age of Ultron." So, you know, in Hollywood there are no winners. But I'm not comparing Kevin Feige, who, to my knowledge, has not committed any sex crimes, to Joss Whedon, who has committed sex crimes.
Yes,
he should be in jail. Joss Whedon should be exiled from public society.
Joss Whedon in the corner, like, I happen very much.
Joss Whedon happens so much all the time. I just wish he didn't.
Right.
I just wish he would go away.
Why not?
Why not?
Control Art delete.
You've got,
which is funny
Joss,
because anyway, yeah.
You got money, Joss. Just disappear. Just go.
Yeah. You've done
go away.
You've had a career. Just go be a wily author in the woods.
Go make more, you know, like his Much Ado About Nothing movie that he made like right after the Avengers, where he just made it like with his friends at his house. Just like go do that. Yeah, or also don't do anything. I don't care. I don't care.
Or just stop. Just stop.
Go
And that'd
go
be fine
get
too.
fired from more HBO shows, Josh. Josh.
Oh shit! He's Josh Whedon from now the fuck on.
He's Josh Whedon, and I will not correct anyone.
Nope.
He's Josh now.
Joshua Whedon.
Sorry, Josh. Get out of here, Josh. We believe Ray Fisher on this podcast.
Yes, we do.
Anyway, good episode of Community. Is that it? Are we ready to ronk?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
First,
I need to remember to open the Word doc where I keep the rankings. First, that needs to happen. Then, I need to open the screen share function on Skype. That is the second thing that needs.
You're just putting together good steps.
And now it is shared. Now we are here to rank. All right. First, we're gonna rank this end tag with Officer Kakowski and the kid doing a little True Detective.
Yeah.
Scene. True Detective. You remember that show where Matthew McConaughey spends 9 episodes whispering vague philosophies?
Spends 9 episodes just shitting on his partner the whole time.
Yeah. Am I weird for just like? I didn't like that show.
I didn't actually watch it, so I can't.
I bounced off of it pretty hard. Did not finish the first season. Did not check out the subsequent seasons.
I heard that
I don't know.
The second season was bad, but the third season has Mahershala Ali, and I kind of want to watch that.
Who is good? I like him.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Sometimes you're just like, maybe that's good. There's other shows I could watch though.
You just explained my life's fucking motto. The number of people that are like, you haven't seen that? And I'm like, am I any less of a person? No.
There's no shame in not having seen a movie or a TV show. Doesn't matter how important, quote unquote, or like big the movie is. I'm
frequently like, do I want to watch that?
I don't know. Like, if you and Jace never get through The Godfather, you're not worse people for it.
Sure, right. People were like,
also
haven't seen Ghostbusters and you call yourself a nerd? And then I watched Ghostbusters and I was like, that's all it took? Watching it's just
that was it? It was fine.
It's fine. Sigourney Weaver's great.
Yeah, she's great. You know, pretty good cast. Ghostbusters, pretty alright movie.
Yeah.
But, like, this is the thing that we have, like, twice a decade, we, like, lose our minds fighting over this. Over this?
Yeah, this has been held over my head for how long?
Over this? Over the Dan Aykroyd ghost blowjob movie? This is This is the thing that we, like, is, like, unacceptable to put women in it? This is the thing where, like, it's so nice to watch, like, the trailers for Ghostbusters Afterlife and be like, that's a movie I don't have to see.
I haven't watched those trailers yet. I don't care.
What if someone took Ghostbusters really seriously? What if one of those, like, fan films about, like, really serious Power Rangers, they, like, made into, like, a movie?
Yeah, sure. That
sounds bad.
Like a lot of fun.
That sounds like great. Sometimes it's really nice to just, like, hear the basic premise of, like, a movie or a video game or a TV show and go, I don't have to watch that. That's one I can just not even cross off the list. I don't have to put that on the list.
It happened last year. Fucking Call of Duty Cold War came out, and the first trailer, I was like, this seems interesting. Saw Ronald Reagan's face and went, cool, don't have to worry about this game. Don't care.
Saw that it was like a Reagan bootlicking game, and you're like, I don't have to play that.
I don't have to buy Call of Duty this year. Very nice.
And
then the game comes out, and the conversation is how Call of Duty lets you commit war crimes, and I'm like, where y'all been for 15 years?
for every Call of Duty game by my watch.
Call of Duty is war crime simulator. But you know,
Modern Warfare 2? Anyone? Anyone?
Yeah.
We remember No Russian? All of us?
How long has it been? And you forgot? I guess that makes sense.
How long has it been? I feel like, I guess it's been over 10 years now since No Russian.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So I get that Modern Warfare 2 and the Adventures of Soap McTavish are not on the tongue of,
No,
of
no.
our
Although
collective
Soap's on his
conversation.
way back.
Well, could not care about that. could
Yeah.
could not
Uh,
care. Could not care about that if I tried.
I remember being
And
young and dumb and thinking "oorah" while playing those games. It's been a long
sure,
time, but
they're kind of fun in the same way that like the original Red Dawn is fun, where you're like, this is some naked jingoism, but it's kind of like fun in its over the top patriotism. Does that
I
make
love
sense?
that you very, very obviously specified the first one.
The first one, because the
Kind
second
of fun
one,
like the first Red Dawn.
yeah. I'm sorry, the
Not the
second.
second Red
You
Dawn.
you cannot prove to me. No one can solidly prove to me that they remade Red Dawn with Chris Hemsworth. No one can solidly prove that to me.
No.
No one can prove that they filmed it originally to be about China, realized that Chinese business is too important, and then made it about North Korea. No one can prove to me that that happened. And if you think you could get me to watch the Red Dawn remake, you're wrong. you can't
Honestly,
get me
I
to
think they
do
were
that.
wrong about most people caring about that shit.
You can't. If you think you could get me to watch the Point Break remake, you can't.
Oof.
You can't get.
I
me to
forgot
do
that fucking happened, but it
Of
did.
course you did, because the first Point Break is still perfect. Why do we need? Why do we need a remake? Just go watch Point Break. It
Yeah.
still rules.
It's not even that old a movie.
No, it still looks great.
I guess
Just go
Red
watch
Dawn
Point Break.
isn't either. They're both like the same era.
I think Red Dawn shows its age in a lot of ways
Sure,
that Point
sure.
Break doesn't, both in terms of technology and like, production, but also everything about its
Everything about its views. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
But that is why it is fun. Because you're like, this is the most
Boy, this is
Movie-
translucent, isn't it?
yeah, this is the most like I am a movie that came out in 1986 of any movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's
This is
it's
the
almost
most Mr. Gorbachev
beautiful.
tear down that wall movie I've ever seen in my life.
100%.
Yeah.
This is like Cold War paranoia, hoorah, 80s, small town America.
Yeah.
The Cubans are gonna invade. Oh,
Red
made
Scare,
by
the movie. We can't call
yeah,
it Red Dawn, the movie.
Red Dawn. I want to go watch Red Dawn. Do you think
Yeah.
do I have time to squeeze that in tonight? It's not a long movie.
Also,
Anyway.
if you fell asleep, who cares?
Oh yeah, if I fall asleep before the end of Red Dawn, who gives it? Who gives shit?
It was a flying shit.
Wolverines. Yeah, it's still good. I mean, a movie that the Call of Duty franchise is greatly indebted to, right? Like,
There's literally a mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 called Wolverines, or like
yeah, I think
Wolverines Charge
it might
Against
be.
That. And it's when the Russians are invading America.
Yeah, I think it's Modern Warfare 2 because that is the one that I played. But yeah, because there's Remember the Burger Town where the Russians are invading. And Keith David is squawking at you over the radio. He's like, Ramirez, get over here. You're Ramirez. And then there's a second one, I think, that's called Wolverines, where it's, you are in occupied America as the Russians are
Wow, I did not think Modern Warfare 2 was when they invaded America. Oh, no. Yeah, that's right.
Because 3 is like a bunch of London shit, if I remember.
3's weird. 3's dumb. 3's weird.
Yeah, I don't.
It's dumb.
I don't
I
care
just
so much
glitched
about that.
like I was in the Matrix. 3's weird. 3's dumb. 3's weird. 3's dumb.
Not like this.
This is.
Not like this.
How did he die? Remembering how stupid a game was. Oh, well, what game was it? Call of Duty. Oh, his poor soul.
I kind of want to dust off a copy of Modern Warfare 2 and just be like, this game's fucking. This game's wild.
Don't dust it off. Don't dust it off. They remastered it. They remastered the campaign. You can
that's
play
true.
it and
But
it can look tasty.
Do
and
I want to
and still be propaganda.
purchase a new copy of Modern Warfare 2? That is the question. That is the moral question. Which way, Western man?
Oh, do I want to?
do
Do I
you
want
want-
to pay Activision money right now? No.
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 Do I want to find? Do I want to like go to my local used game store and try and find a used copy of Modern Warfare 2? Yes, I would actually.
Yeah.
I think I would like to do that. Because fuck it. Also, you can play through this fun campaign. You get the snowmobile. You get that.
Yep.
We were supposed to be ranking community episodes.
Yeah, like 10 full minutes ago.
10 full minutes of Modern Warfare 2
Yeah, you know.
discussion.
People expect
God.
People come to expect this, Kev.
Yeah, I think we set the precedent early. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is not a new development.
Right.
This
is not something people go, boy, they've never done this before.
This is weird. This is what the show is.
Yeah.
and everyone's used to it at this point. And if you're annoyed, if you're not paying me, stop listening.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't care.
You don't like it, then go away.
Yeah, you don't like it. It's okay.
I couldn't
Die
care
mad.
less. Yeah.
I guess. Okay, so let's rank the end tags. True Detective.
Yes.
That's how we got to
hang on,
Modern Warfare. It's like True Detective somehow.
Yeah.
This one's okay. I like a Kakowski. I like this little kid. He wants McDonald's. I don't know if you guys can see. That's literally a kid in a police officer's. It's adorable, but not very helpful.
I will put it above the Starburns Memorial video.
Definitely. Definitely. Goodbye, Baby Bird. Our current lowest ranked season 6 end tag, where they say goodbye to the baby birds. Go on, little bird. That's just the way it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rotating.
Give you a Keith line delivery.
I don't think it's better than rotating bookcase.
I don't either. Great. New number 57.
Done.
Excellent.
Done.
True Kid Detective. Eh?
True Detect Kid.
True Detective. I'm not going to try and spell.
No, don't.
But this episode. So both of the secret revealed episodes are in our top 20. Cooperative Polygraphy, number 5. This one won't quite be up there. And Calligraphy,
18.
number 18.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, not as good as either of those preceding 2 episodes.
Right.
But not that far to fall.
No, not that far.
Opinion.
I like. I might watch this more readily than Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas, but that also may just be because that episode's a lot, right? I got to be in the mood to watch that episode.
Yeah.
This episode just feels good to watch because it's just well written and well performed.
Feels good, but
feels good.
Abed's Uncontrollable Christmas. I'll keep the edge, I think. Below that, Epidemiology. As someone that was just rocking out to some ABBA before Daddy Host logged on, I gotta give the edge to Epidemiology.
It's not better than Contemporary American Poultry.
Certainly not. So what about down at number 30, Football, Feminism, and You?
That one's got some bangers.
That's got the racist conversation on the football field.
So good.
And Troy's politically conservative high school fight raps.
Bing bong, sing along. Your team's outgored because your views are wrong.
It's beautiful. But let's put
it above. Let's make it the new 31.
Ooh, Filmmaking Redux with the
Which
Dean
one's that?
making the commercial.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's the Dean making the commercial. All right, another season 6 episode: Lawnmower Maintenance and Postnatal Care, number 36, which is the VR episode.
I would put this just above that one.
Just above.
No,
I would say just below.
Just below.
Yeah, studies in
And
modern
God
movement.
wept.
And Jesus wept. I like it. New number 37.
I think it could be interchangeable with studies in modern movement, but it does not.
I agree.
It does not go below First Chain Gun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I believe. All right. So new number 37, basic email security. You love to see it. So, Daddy hosts any of your classic pluggables for the good people out there in listener land?
I have a podcast just came out today with me and my buddy Richard, who guested for the first time in a while, but has guested before. We talked about esports and the Activision Blizzard lawsuit, and had a lot of fun. So check that out. Look up Bounty Board, BOUNTYBOARD, Bounty Board, 2 words. On all the podcast services, you'll find it. Outside of that, I'm working on finishing up me and my grandmother's second season of our podcast about video games called Procedural Generation. We are doing all of the Halo games and then the Destiny games to stick with like the Bungie 343 theme. We want to get that going soon, releasing weekly so that you can get an episode every week until the new Halo comes out. That's the goal. I'm working on a script for a podcast show with my cousin. With my cousin, he would be co-starring, and then probably rereading or editing drafts. About 2 brothers that two estranged brothers that have to take their further estranged father's body to its final resting place. And it's in space because I'm a nerd and can't not do things in space. And that's kind of it. I'm going to, oh shit. Not next week. When you're listening to this, not this week, but the week after, I'll be in Florida for a week. I'll still be able to podcast because technology, but I'm excited for that. And that's not really something that you can like shout out or view, but I'm shouting it out because it's the first vacation I've taken since I went to Scotland in 2019. So, woo. Yeah, going with the whole family and the in-laws are paying. So fucking sick.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, it's a real good. It's a real good one.
That's a real good.
Yes.
Wunderbar. All right. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Let's see. I will say, I am in pre-pro on my first film project in many years, since all of my time here in New York. I'm working with some of my most beloved, trusted collaborators, and I'm very, very excited about it. I will say it is also a little pricey. So patreon.com/TVsKevin. If you want to give me, as little as $1 a month, it do add up. You get a bunch of like bonus pods. We should have hopefully like another Green Knight chat if you didn't get enough here. Some other stuff coming up. I'm very, very excited about it. And a whole bunch of cool shit on the horizon. But mostly right now, iron's in the fire. Let me shout out. Let me shout out some comics. How about that? Comics I didn't make.
Do it.
Other people's comics. So there's
comics
a new series.
OPC.
OPC. There's a new comic series just dropped like last week as of this recording. So 2 weeks ago when this goes up. New comic from a little-known publisher. One of my favorite comics writers who have talked about on the show a lot, Mark Russell, did the Flintstone series that is excellent, did Snagglepuss, did Second Coming, the comic about Jesus and Superman who are roommates. Those are all excellent. And he's got a new book with artist Mike Diodato, one of the best fucking comics artists in the goddamn game right now. Did a lot of goddamn excellent Marvel comics drawing, did some fucking Thor books that just kick so much ass. But they have a new book called Not All Robots about our quickly approaching techno future. Like everything Mark Russell writes, it is very funny and very sad, and I love it tremendously. And I like to shout out the smaller publishers who are putting out these excellent books, but it might be easy to pass over them because comics is largely dominated by 2 giant companies who produce nearly identical work. And as much as I often enjoy work from those companies, holding a Marvel comic in my hand, it is nice to go out and support the smaller companies.
Yeah,
exactly. There's a lot of this week was huge in independent comics and like what is possibly the future of comics outside of the big 2. I don't think we have enough perspective on it yet to judge how far it's going. The Substack business that is currently underway, but it's interesting. Comics is a very interesting place to be right now. It is an industry that does not make a lot of money, but it's a very interesting place to be right now. My pull list is insane. There's so many excellent comics coming out right now. I'll go ahead and shout out another one.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'll be wild like that.
Go off. We talked about Call of Duty for 30 minutes.
That's right. So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Another book that I've been reading, an independent book from Boom Studios, who is really up and coming. Boom is starting to put out some fucking exquisite shit lately. And for a while, I feel like they were just a kids comic publisher, which is great. Kids read comics. Kids should read comics. That is not a not a problem. But if that name put you off because you associate them with kids comics, they are doing a lot of fucking interesting shit. In other comics, a book I've been reading and just devouring called "We Only Find Them When They Are Dead," which I've probably talked about on the show before. But it's an incredible book. It has some of the most fucking phenomenal art I've seen in a long, long time, and is written by Al Ewing, who's one of my goddamn favorite, probably my current favorite comics artist, or writer. The guy whose name on a book tells me money. Time to hand over. Yeah. Hold on. Let me
Rick remembers me.
Yeah, I want to get the artist's name. I would feel terrible because comics are art. Did you know that? There are a lot of pictures in them. We only find them when they're dead, which is, and I hate that most websites still only primarily credit the comic writer.
Simone DeMeo.
Thank you. Yeah, Simone DeMeo, who's doing some just absolutely fucking spectacular work on this book. But it's about cosmonauts.
Holy
and,
Christ.
Are you seeing some
art's
spreads?
Fucking incredible.
Are you seeing some of these goddamn spreads?
Oh my god.
It is about cosmonauts on the who go to deep space and harvest the material from the corpses of dead gods. These massive gods that come from dark space, deceased, and we harvest their material for good things. And it's about the crew on one particular spaceship and their histories and their adventures. And every time I think I figured out where this book is going or what it is doing, I am incorrect. I am wrong. Amazing. And that is beautiful. It's absolutely, there's one trade volume out right now, and I'm sure there's another one coming because the book is still coming out. And absolutely go down to your local comic shop, order it online from your local comic shop. Pick this one up. Absolutely worth your time. Just completely incredible art, good space adventure shit. I love it. I love some thoughtful sci-fi. Gotta say. Love, as much as I like pew-pew sci-fi, I also like sci-fi that make you go,
Love it.
So that's excellent. So go out and read some comics. They're great. And if you don't know where to start...
A lot of this art's done by women, and it's incredible.
It's cool, right?
Illustrated by Simone DeMeo, color assists by Maria Sara Miati. The variant covers are by Tony Infante and fucking Jenny Frisson. There's a lot
and those are some of the best in the game.
Yeah. There's a lot of amazing female talent in one place. You're doing a personal crime if you don't go look at this. I'm gonna go to my comic book shop tomorrow.
Yeah, pick this one up. And I think the first volume is probably going to run you $10 or something like that. It's 100% worth it. And sometimes I do read some digital comics basically every night. I read on my Marvel Unlimited or my Viz Media. But there is something about holding a physical comic book. And when you get to those, especially those 2-page spreads, and you can just behold them in your hands.
Yeah. It's a lot like the Green Knight, Kev.
Sometimes you gotta see it big, not on a little screen.
Yeah.
Do not watch the Green Knight on your phone. Do not read We Only Find Them When They're Dead on your phone. Read it big.
Get a book, hold it in your hands.
Hold it in your hands. And anyway, so that is my comic book dork nonsense coming out. We will be back next week with the halfway point on season 6 and one of the best episodes of the season, the return of Rick / Subway.
Yeah.
oh, this one's going to be good, and I don't know how hard I should study the Frankie monologue. I feel like there are expectations of me at this point, and should I do one of the... This season has, like, 3 of the best monologues on the entire show, and we are about to get to Frankie's centerpiece. This is a clip I share endlessly, and I never get tired of watching. The other one, of course, being Elroy encouraging white people, which we still have a little bit before we get to that one.
That one's good, though.
Oh, that one's really fucking good, though. That one's so...
This guy knows how to eat a meatball.
Look at you, working that asparagus. But until next week,
Pop. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I wasn't ready. Oh, Lord, no! That's not it either. Yeah, I could play that. I was just going to play the theme song, and it's not in my soundboard anymore, so...
Womp womp.
Bum, bum, ba, bum.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.
That was quite a show, very entertaining.
Please tell your friends about this show.
Boopy doopy doop boop sex.
Larry, I'm on DuckTales.